What is good, everybody?
Fight Geeks.
Welcome back to episode 54 of Fight Geeks Podcast. We are here tonight after watching Francis Ngannou go the distance with Tyson Fury, man, in an awesome fight. Honestly, probably one of the more exciting boxing fights I've ever watched.
Yeah, it was a great fight. I was entertained. What I wasn't entertained about was the event itself. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tap into it a whole lot. I was busy, so I was kind of waiting
for the main.
I knew the ring walks were expected around 6 a.m., but every fight on this card was a knockout and ended early. None of them went the distance.
Really?
So basically, they were like ahead of their schedule, and I guess just wanted to keep going with it or something like that. But there was almost 2 hours between the co-main ending and Ngannou walking out. They had like a little baby out there performing. They were just doing concerts that no one really cared about. You're going to
Remember the Jake Paul fight had a bunch of concerts?
Yes, so it was just like a tragedy of an event, right? It was looking really good. Then they had that huge 2 hour delay, and people were like, come on. Like MMA, it doesn't matter how many knockouts there is. They're running that main event as soon as that co-main's over. This fight, they were like letting it go till 6. There was a timer that wasn't even for their walkouts. It was 50 minutes left. I looked at my phone in 50 minutes, and then the concert started. And I was like, oh my gosh. So... But besides the not so great event, I don't know if anyone was a fan of that, but I wasn't. And the fight itself was a crazy fight.
Yeah, I honestly enjoyed the fight. My favorite rounds were probably the 8th. I think the 8th was my all-time favorite, just with the amount of strikes
What'd you think?
Ngannou was giving out. But the knockdown, was that in 3 or 4?
3.
The knockdown in 3 was amazing.
What'd you think
unexpected.
Of the scorecards?
Ooh, scorecards. You've already heard this, but I'll say it again for the pod.
Like, who did you have winning?
First round, Ngannou, it was...
I gave it to...
I think like 95-94 or 96-95, one of the two.
Yeah.
And I actually agreed. I agreed Ngannou won that. What I didn't understand was how drastic Tyson won this with the second judge.
No, I think... Yeah. One of the
second judge, Tyson's score had 96-93, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Then the last judge had the opposite of what the first judge had Ngannou as for Fury. Like, I honestly think Ngannou... I think that was Ngannou's... The third judge should have been Ngannou. I mean, that's just bias, but...
I honestly think Ngannou won that fight. Just from watching... I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a judge. I'm not sitting there with the rules and like all the criteria in front of me. But all I'm saying is... In my eyes, watching that first fight, I would have scored more rounds favoring Ngannou. But what I do want to say is what I told you earlier about the shots. You could tell when Ngannou landed on Fury. Like, Fury, look, he showed it. Every time he got cracked, he showed it. I would look at some of the replays of Fury hitting Ngannou, and I'm like, oh my God, he caught him so clean. But Fury was like a brick wall, Ngannou was like a brick wall and just didn't face any strike. So I could see how, like, Tyson did land a lot of shots, but Ngannou just didn't react to a lot of them. Did you see the elbow?
Yeah, I did see the elbow.
That's what I mean.
That got caught so late.
He ate the elbow. And like he ate every other shot during the fight. He just didn't really show reaction to even the power shots that Fury was giving him. So I think it made it look more like Ngannou was winning off of like how he was reacting too. But I'm still even with those punches included, I still had Ngannou winning.
Damn.
But I don't know. It was a good fight. And Ngannou didn't even seem too upset either. Low-key.
Yeah, Ngannou seemed proud. I mean, this was his dream, I guess. He watched Mike Tyson as a kid.
Like, he didn't hop on that mic and just complain about a decision.
Other thing I'm super happy about, Ngannou got fucking paid.
Yo, I don't know how much he got paid, but it was at least...
Ngannou got paid, yo.
I'm saying
I'm proud of him.
Minimum 10 or 15. Minimum 10 or 15.
Oh, for sure. For sure. They got that oil money out in Saudi Arabia, man.
I don't know. It could be more. I'm saying no less. No less.
Yeah, I feel like the pay-per-views, like, do you think they went crazy? Like, middle of the day card for America, I feel like that's a bigger market.
I'm gonna say we're gonna go.
They do have the whole Great Britain,
and we'll find out whenever it happens. Yeah. I'm gonna say 600K.
I'm gonna say 750K. Closing thoughts on Fury and Ngannou.
I think it was a robbery.
I actually liked that fight.
It was a good fight. I think it was robbery. I think they were a little bit trying to save the fight.
Definitely enjoyed the fight
for Usyk in December. Because
that's a crazy turnaround for Fury, though. He got...
So now I think this fight is going to deter these odds a little bit in terms of like the favorite, because Fury did not look like himself.
Dude, Ngannou was the favorite at the end of the fight.
I know. Did you see the beginning live odds? Like plus 1,000. Plus 1,000.
Plus 700 and like minus 1,200. I don't know. But yeah, closing thoughts. I'm actually very proud of Ngannou. You know, like, if you look at the stats, like, he basically was right up there, like, same amount of strikes landed and shit.
And Fury looked good. Or no, can we just talk about how he looked good? Ngannou switching stances too.
Switching stances. He was punching in the clinch, which we don't see a lot of. I feel like I don't see a lot of boxers do that as much.
He's a mink.
You know what I mean? He's like throwing uppercuts in the clinch, and I really like that.
I think Fury got welcomed with basically a guy who was like actually can match his strength, and when he would clinch him, Ngannou would just go right through that. He would mink with the uppercuts.
Schmink.
I think Fury low-key, like a lot of people do, definitely didn't look past him a little bit and definitely got in there and got humbled. Or it's just a sign of him declining. Or Ngannou's just the greatest fighter of all time. There's plenty of options. I don't know.
He's a beast.
We'll have to see when Tyson Fury unifies.
We'll see what's next for Francis Ngannou at this point. Literally.
PFL.
The story of Francis Ngannou.
I want to see him go back to mixed martial arts, honestly.
Oh, for sure.
Just to see that stance.
Dude, imagine. Has he ever fought Cain Velasquez?
No.
Imagine Cain came back to PFL and fought Francis Ngannou.
That'd be a good fight. Cain
versus Francis, PFL 2024, late 2024. Let's run it.
All right. What else? What else was there on the list?
Some bad news. John Jones tore his pectoral muscle. Stipe is not fighting at all. Thomas Aspinall versus Sergey Pavlovich are fighting for the interim heavyweight title. What are the odds on this right now? At UFC 295. The odds on this right now. Let me search them
up. Check the early odds. I bet you they're pretty even.
UFC 295 odds.
Let's say like +1. Aspinall's the favorite. No, maybe not.
I feel like Sergey.
Whoever's the favorite, it's even as well. It's even.
Tom Aspinall -125. So Sergey Pavlovich +105. Dude, I'm betting my money on Pavlovich.
That's essentially even.
I'm betting my money on Pavlovich, man.
That fight's gonna be sick. People are saying it's better.
Let me see who's the favorite for the main event. I might do Yuri Pavlovich parlay.
Jan's definitely the favorite.
Yuri's Alex underdog. I might do Yuri Pavlovich parlay. Maybe Yuri. I kind of fucks with. That fight is gonna be.
You can't bet on these fights.
Next week we're predicting that.
You can't bet on these.
Next week we're predicting that.
But what is it? So, I was texting you about this. A lot of people are saying like, "Oh, this just makes it better," and I'm like.
Doesn't make it better, but it's a good fight.
I think it just makes it more competitive. Like this is like low key. Whoever wins this fight is the future, right? I mean, Aspinall said it himself. They were expecting a double retirement between John and Stipe, so they were just going to give him the title shot after anyway. So now he steps in on the short notice, see what he can do. Shout out to Popovich as well.
No, he's Popovich. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter. He posts like working out videos like every other day and like training videos.
I don't know who to root for. This is a win-win for me. It's just a great fight. I don't care who wins because
I'm gonna be rooting for Pavlovich because I honestly been rocking with Pavlovich. Pavlovich for a minute. Remember he was ripping slots. Is that dude?
I do like. I've seen.
Remember he was ripping slots in Vegas. He knocked out Curtis Blades.
Yeah, he lost all his money. He said.
I think I lost my bonus.
Yeah, for real.
My 50K bonus.
So shout out to both those guys. Short notice. It's gonna be a banger. Yeah. I hope it is just a war.
And then, that was the news from 295.
It's a new main event, obviously, with the title fight.
Light heavyweight championship fight is now the main event. And I guess John Jones versus Stipe is still going to happen in the future, hopefully. I don't know.
Did you see what Stipe said via OnlyFans?
Yeah, Stipe has an OnlyFans.
He said via OnlyFans, he said, so actually, Dana said this first. People were wondering why Stipe's still going to get the title shot. They were like, what's the point of the interim then? That completely removes the point of the interim. So Dana went out and said, well, it would just be disrespectful for me to give Stipe an interim title shot. That's just disrespectful. He's a legend of the game. He gets a shot at the title. Stipe hops on his OnlyFans and says, I think it's disrespectful. I didn't get offered the interim. He said, why would I not want to fight the top dog? I want to fight the best guy. Of course it's John Jones, but if he's not there, I'll fight anyone. So he's just pretty much saying he didn't get even offered the interim. And then Dana's over here like,
Dana
that would be disrespectful.
He's like, I shouldn't even, like, Stipe doesn't even deserve the call. This is the legacy fight.
That's what I mean. So,
this is a...
But Stipe, via OnlyFans, is going the other way.
Damn.
He's saying that he wants to fight the best guy.
He can say that now, that he's not fighting.
Why not? Right?
You know what I mean?
Why not?
You could say that now, but after if he beats John Jones, you better still be about that. If he beats John Jones, right?
Who?
Stipe. He better still be about it.
If he beats John Jones, dip.
He better still be about it. Sergey's going to fucking knock him the fuck out.
They're both in a good spot to just dip. John Jones loses to both Tom Aspinall and Popovich.
He's never going to fight any of these guys. So
it's going to be most of the guys.
So Cyril Gane, obviously,
he doesn't beat Cyril Gane. Or he does
Pavlovich.
He loses to Popovich. I think he loses.
I think Pavlovich knocks out John Jones. Stipe?
I think he beats
Stipe.
That's another guy that's just...
Tom Aspinall,
I
think he beats via wrestling.
I think he beats via being the younger, stronger, more hungry man.
Oh, you think Tom Aspinall wins?
Yeah.
I think John Jones wins via wrestling.
I think that'd be a good fight. No, but Tom Aspinall's wrestling is good. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I feel like John's is better. Curtis Blades, I got John. Volkov versus Jones would low-key be a brawl.
Definitely taking
Volkov is tall as fuck.
I'm taking John and John.
All right, Sergey Spivak, I got John.
I got probably
Tai
John.
Tuivasa.
I got John for probably the rest of these. But I'm talking just the up-and-coming killers. Probably like Aspinall.
All right, let's go light heavyweight John Jones versus these. Yuri.
Yuri beats him right now. No way. Yuri
no, not John Jones right now.
No, everyone loses to John Jones then.
Magomed?
Everyone loses to John Jones in prime John Jones. Everyone.
Okay.
I'm talking his age right now.
That's crazy,
and
dog.
being fat.
All right, would Jamal Hill beat
No way he would
John
beat John Jones. The prime, not prime John Jones.
Yes, he would.
You think Jamal Hill beats prime?
I think Sean Strickland moves up and beats Wolf's fucking Giants. No, I'm kidding. Imagine.
You sound like Anthony Smith when he said, what did he say? He said
My
John
mail
Jones.
sludge is over.
He said John Jones is not that good. It's just the stuff that he does that makes him good, like his knees and his kicks.
Oh.
How does that make sense?
That is him.
That's what makes
John
a fighter.
Jones. That is John Jones, though.
He said he's very beatable after losing to him.
But guys, next week we have a banger heavyweight fight: Jailton Almeida versus Derek Lewis. He's stepping in on late notice for Curtis. I'm actually really hyped for this fight.
My early prediction.
I'm a big fan of both of these fighters. So
early prediction, I got Derek Lewis by cup knockout.
I don't know.
By ball sack knockout, guys. Yeah, I'm taking Derek Lewis early because I believe Derek Lewis is just on his way, not out, but he's just in there to fight now. There's no title shot for him in the future, so he's just gonna go out there, swing and bang like the traditional heavyweights used to do. The heavyweights now they're getting too competitive, bro. Like the Surreal Gun, the Aspinall.
I mean, do you see Jailton's build?
They're all just getting too good, and he might be a killer himself. I'm not gonna lie, I never watched his fight, so. Derek Lewis, I'm rooting for him. He's one of the last
heavyweights. What we're going to do? We're going to throw up some Jailton Almeida highlights after this.
And then run UFC 5.
Here's my prediction. So, I'm a fan of Jailton and Derek Lewis, right?
He's a fan.
Like, I think Jailton will win, but I want Derek Lewis. But you told me, like, just pick who you want. I'm like, all right, I got Derek Lewis next weekend.
Derek Lewis
Army. We can never root against the guy. Like, come on. So, yeah, that's episode 54. Wow. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. We're just having fun out here.
You guys will see some clips.
There'll be some clips on Just Geeks, so maybe it's just me complaining about the media.
All right, let's go run some UFC 5 and run crazy fights.
Check our Instagram reels for some UFC 5 gameplay.